Imagine sipping your morning coffee on your own dock, the sun glinting off your private lake like a promise of peace, when suddenly 3 cop cars screech up, sirens blaring, all because your nosy neighbor thinks she owns the water you bought fair and square. That's how my nightmare started. Folks, a fresh retiree from the tech grind, thinking I'd escaped corporate BS for some quiet fishing in rural Texas, only to have the HOA Queen Bee, Evelyn Cartwright, decide my little bass boat was public enemy number 1. But oh, the sweet irony when her power trip backfired so spectacularly that she didn't just lose the battle. She lost her throne, her dignity, and a chunk of her savings. All while I turned her harassment into the best damn investment of my life. My name's Alex Rivera, and 8 months back, I was knee-deep in Silicon Valley's Shark Tank, coding my way through sleepless nights until Google snapped up my AI startup for a cool $52 million. Cash in hand, I bolted for the hills, or rather, the rolling plains outside Dallas, where I snagged a 60-acre spread with a pristine 10-acre lake that screamed retirement paradise. The old ranch house perched on a gentle rise, framed by twisted mesquite trees that whispered stories of cowboys long gone. And the lake? Man, it was my sanctuary, its glassy surface reflecting the big Texas sky like a mirror to freedom. The seller, a grizzled vet named Hank Wilkins, chuckled as he tossed me the deed. Watch your back with that fancy subdivision next door. Their HOA runs tighter than a boot on a swollen foot. I laughed it off, figuring I'd finally outrun the petty tyrants of the world. That first launch day, the boat's engine purred like a contented cat as I skimmed the water, the spray kicking up a rainbow in the afternoon light. Freedom tasted like lake mist and diesel, until I spotted her. Evelyn Cartwright, 62, HOA president for 4 agonizing years, striding along the shared fence line like a general inspecting troops. Her bob haircut was helmet perfect, not a strand daring to rebel, and her khaki slacks screamed, "I chair committees." Clipboard in one hand, phone in the other, she waved me over with the authority of someone who'd never heard no without a fight. I killed the motor and coasted in. "Young man," she barked, her voice slicing through the quiet like a chainsaw. "That contraption is a blight on our community's vista. Our covenants prohibit unsightly vehicles that depreciate property values." I blinked, boat rocking gently. "Ma'am, this is my land, my lake. Your HOA doesn't touch it." Her smile was all teeth, no warmth. "Oh, honey, everything visible affects us. We'll have code enforcement here by sundown. Consider this your courtesy warning, for the good of the neighborhood." As she pivoted on her sensible heels, her perfume lingering like a bad omen, I stood there, hook dangling uselessly, wondering if I'd traded boardroom battles for backyard bullshit. But Evelyn wasn't one for idle threats. By dusk, my phone buzzed with an email from the county, a formal notice citing visual nuisance and demanding I haul the boat or face fines. I poured a whiskey, staring at the lake's darkening surface, and did what any ex-tech mogul does. Dug in. Hours in the glow of my laptop, sifting through deeds, plats, and dusty online archives. I uncovered the first crack in her armor. Turns out, the Whispering Oaks subdivision, her precious domain, had been hyped with shared lake privileges in their sales pitches. But legally? Zilch. No easements, no rights. For years, her residents had been sneaking onto my ramp for picnics and paddling, treating my property like their personal playground. And Evelyn? She'd been collecting a tidy $150 annual lake maintenance fee from each household, pocketing it for community beautification. Fraudulent much? I smirked into my glass, the burn of the liquor matching the spark of a plan. She wanted war? I'd bring the receipts. The next morning, as the sun crested the oaks, I fired up the boat again, deliberately loud, just to see. Sure enough, Evelyn's white Lexus pulled up at the fence, her face a mask of righteous indignation. "I warned you," she shouted over the engine. "This noise pollution is unacceptable before 8 a.m. I idled closer, casual as can be. "Evelyn, right? Funny thing about noise, your leaf blowers start at dawn on Sundays." "Pot? Kettle?" Her eyes narrowed to slits. "Don't get smart with me, Mr. Rivera. I've got the board behind me. We'll sue if we have to. For the children, you understand." As she sped off, dust clouding her wake, I noted the time. Game on. Word spread like wildfire in Whispering Oaks. By noon, my next-door feed exploded anonymous posts from Concerned Neighbor 47, Evelyn's poorly disguised alias, blasting photos of my boat with captions like, "Newcomer trashes our serene views, act now." Comments piled up, "Entitled city slicker," versus, "Mind your own beeswax." I stayed silent, but inside, I was cataloging. Installed discreet cams on the dock that night, their red lights winking like knowing eyes. First catch. 2 HOA families launching kayaks at dawn, giggling like thieves. Evidence, baby. Evelyn escalated faster than a bad stock tip. She rallied her minions at the weekly HOA meeting. I imagined her at the podium, gavel in hand, preaching about preserving our way of life. Next day, a petition landed in my mailbox, signed by 15 residents, demanding I remove the offensive watercraft for safety reasons. Safety? From a boat on water they couldn't touch? I chuckled darkly, filing it away. Then the rumors hit. At the local diner, whispers that I was some shady investor planning to commercialize the lake. Evelyn, sipping her decaf, nodded sagely. "We can't let outsiders ruin our values," she'd say, her voice dripping false concern. 3 days in, the county inspector rolled up, a weary guy named Raul Gomez, badge glinting in the sun. "Mr. Rivera, complaint about unauthorized commercial activity." I led him to the dock, boat gleaming innocently. "That's it, Raul. One man, one hobby." He scratched his head. "Mrs. Cartwright's on a tear. This is her 52nd filing this year. Woman's got more energy than sense." As he drove off, shaking his head, I felt the first twinge of that laugh to keep from raging vibe. Evelyn's playbook. Bury folks in paperwork till they fold. Not me. That evening, porch light casting long shadows, I pored over more records. Jackpot. My deed predated the subdivision by decades, granting full water dominion. Better yet, the lake's expansion in the 80s, funded by the previous ranch owner, my predecessor. Whispering Oaks had zero claim. And Evelyn's fees? Over $40,000 collected illicitly. I leaned back, stars twinkling over the water, plotting. Time to flip the script. But Evelyn smelled blood. She formed the Lake Preservation League, a fancy name for her echo chamber, and hit the papers with op-eds about environmental threats from motorized intruders. My boat, apparently, was killing frogs or some nonsense. Noise complaints followed. My 5 a.m. starts, disrupting family rest. Never mind the subdivision's barking dogs at all hours. Her husband, Gerald, a paunchy real estate agent with a comb-over, started lurking at the fence with binoculars, snapping pics like a wannabe PI. "Just documenting for the board," he'd mutter if caught, his voice oily. The creepy factor amped up. Signs popped up on my shore. "No motorized vehicles. HOA order." On my land. I yanked them, cams rolling. Then an anonymous tip to Wildlife Services. Illegal guiding operation. Me, alone with a rod? Hilarious, if not infuriating. I hired Mia Lopez, a shark of a lawyer specializing in property feuds, for $100 an hour but worth every penny. "Alex," she said over coffee, eyes gleaming, "this isn't just harassment. It's actionable. And those fees? Smells like embezzlement." While Mia built the case, my cams captured gold. Evelyn herself leading tours for potential buyers, gesturing grandly at my lake. "Exclusive access included," she'd chirp. "Trespass central." Gerald dumping yard waste near the water eco-violation ahoy. The irony? Her preservation crew was the real polluters. Evelyn went nuclear. Called 911 one crisp morning. Reckless boating endangering swimmers. Except the lake was empty, my cams proving it. Deputies arrived, lights flashing. "Sir, report of near miss with kids." I showed the footage. Lead deputy, a no-nonsense woman named Carla Ruiz, sighed. "False alarm. Again." She marched to Evelyn's side, words sharp. "Mrs. Cartwright, this is misuse of emergency services. Next time, charges." Evelyn's face twisted, part fury, part farce. "But he's a menace." As Carla warned her off, I suppressed a grin. The mask was cracking. Community whispers turned to roars. Ranchers shared tales. Evelyn forcing one to mow unsightly wildflowers. Local shops buzzed with boycotts, hers, not mine. Next-door wars raged. Karen Queen oversteps versus her diehards, protect our paradise. Mia uncovered more. Gerald's firm eyeing my land for expansion. The boat beef, smoke screen for a grab. Then I spotted activity downstream, an old marina, Sunset Cove, buzzing with surveyors. Drove over, met owner Sam Kowalski, 65, face lined like weathered dock wood. HOA's killing us, he grumbled. False pollution claims, driving away customers. Evelyn's handiwork. Lightbulb, partner up. I bought in, turning her sabotage into synergy. Evelyn doubled down, digging dirt. Old blog rants from my ex, twisted into proof. I'm a bully. Posted manipulated pics of my industrial eyesore. Absurd claims. He's poisoning the water. While she spiraled, I prepped. Mia's suit. $1.5 million for defamation. Sam organized community events at the marina. Contrast, her hate versus our harmony. The showdown brewed at the county hearing. Room packed, air thick with sweat and spite. Evelyn, in pearl necklace armor, ranted, "This outsider hoards our resources, bullies families." Her squad clapped weakly. I rose calm. Evidence time. Slides. Deeds. Trespass vids. Fraud docs. Audio of her false calls. Crowd gasped. Evelyn erupted. Fakes. Bribery. Gavel slammed. Out. Deputies hauled her, ranting conspiracies. I sealed it. $60,000 check for eco-funds. Applause thundered. Commissioners ruled for me, praising stewardship. Evelyn's empire crumbled. Recall vote ousted her. Lawsuits drained her. House sold. Gerald got probation for vandalism. 6 months on, marina booms. Tournaments for vets. Eco-tours. Scholarships flow. Wildlife returns. I date Mia now, justice bonds. True win. Community thrives, bullies flee. But tell me, was Evelyn the real victim of overreach, or just karma's punchline? Drop your take below, right or wrong.